Hello student, welcome to this new video lecture related to manufacturing industries. Here, I would like to remind you, we have already finished agro-based industries where we have finished cotton textiles, jute industry and sugar industry. In this video, which is going to be the second part for mineral based industry, we shall discuss about the industries which are based on minerals, especially related to last video that we have discussed about iron and steel industry. In last video I told you related to iron and steel industry, which is known as basic industry because it creates a platform, it supports other industries by providing infrastructure, machinery and what-not. So that is why it is known as basic industry, whether it is industrial equipment, whether it is engineering tools, whether it is any medical supply, operation tools, agricultural tools, constructive material, all these are made with the help of iron and steel. So iron and steel is involved at each and every step of manufacturing. This is why it is known as iron and steel industry, basic industry. And this is the index for measuring a country's development. The more production and consumption of iron and steel in a country means the country is more developed. So, we shall discuss the table that is given in your textbook related to production, total production of finished steel in India, total production of finished steel in India. The table is given for you. Year is given. Production is given in metric ton per annum. In metric ton per annum, per year it is given. So as per 2010-11, the data shows that 68.62 metric tons, 68.62 metric ton, quite low. Then 2011-12, in next year the data shows 75.70 metric tons. Then next 2012-13, the data shows 81.68. Furthermore, 2013-14, the data shows 87.67. So you can see there is a little bit gradual growth, but the growth is quite little bit. 68, 75, 81, 87. The growth is nominal. Then in the next year 2013, 14 we have discussed 2014 and 15, 92.16. And then furthermore 2015, 16, 91. Mind it, 91. For the first time there was decline in production. 68 growth, 75 growth, 81 growth, 87 growth, 92, and then there was decline in the year 2015-16. It came to 91, and furthermore in 2016-17, once again it grew 101.3. So once again there was growth, and this is a source from Ministry of Steel, Government of India. So what do you notice here? What do we find here? There is gradual growth, not much growth, but there is little bit growth. In the year 2011 it was 68.62. Then it became 75, then it became 81, then 87, then 92, and then there was decline. 91, and once again it grew up to 101 in the year 2016-17. So what do we grab out of it? It simply means we need to establish, we need to strengthen our production as well as consumption. More production needs more consumption as well. Now there is a question: why is the per capita consumption of steel so low in India? Why? If we don't have money, why are we going to buy steel? For purchasing steel will cost too much money. You want to build a house, you will need some steel products, and you know the cost is quite high. So ultimately we come to the place per capita income. More income, more utilization of steel and iron. We can purchase heavy machines if only we have some money. Steel goods can be purchased only if we have some money. So ultimately we come across the place that is ultimately related to per capita income. Collect information about products of steel plants in India. What are the products produced by steel plants in India? You have to collect information about it. So go through book, Google, or whatever you can get the news from, the data from. Many steel plants are smaller, have electric furnaces. Now we will discuss about mini steel plants. What are mini steel plants? Mini steel plants are smaller and have electric furnaces. Electricity is utilized for melting purpose. Use steel scrap and sponge iron. Steel scrap, they use steel scrap, the particles of steel, residues, wastage of steel. When we create something from steel, there is some waste as well. So these factories, these machines, these furnaces utilize those scraps of steel. They have re-rollers, they re-roll that use steel ingots as well. Steel ingots, small particles, parts They produce mild and alloy steel of given specification. And what do they produce? They produce mild as well as alloy steel if as per their specifications. Next is an integrated steel plant, mini steel plant and integrated steel plant. You will be asked in your examination to distinguish between these two, mini steel plant and integrated steel plant. Is large, handles everything in one complex. Every process is handled at one complex. From putting together raw material, where raw material comes, so it is melted in blast furnaces. Then it is casted into pig iron. That pig iron is furthermore casted into steel, given shape and then sent to market. From putting together raw material to steel making, rolling and shaping, everything, the process we have already studied in last class. Most of the public sector undertakings market their steel through Steel Authority of India, that is SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. In the 1950s, China and India produced almost the same quantity of steel. If we talk about China and India in 1950s, both of them produced similar quantity of steel, but now there is a huge difference. Today China is the largest producer of steel, number one, and we are the third. China is also the world's largest consumer of steel. Earlier we discussed largest production, largest consumption means you are the developed country. Chota Nagpur Plateau region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. Where can we find the maximum concentration of iron and steel industry? In Chota Nagpur Plateau region. It is largely because of the relative advantages of this region has for the development of this industry. Not only iron and steel, iron ore can be found over there. Along with coal is also available. Cheap labor is also available. These include low cost of iron ore, high grade raw materials in proximity, available in a large measure, cheap labor and vast growth potential in the home market. Though India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world, yet we are the third. We are not able to perform our full potential largely due to high cost and limited availability of coking coal. These are the reasons why we are unable to utilize our potential. We have plenty of potential, but we are unable to utilize it due to lack of coking coal, lower productivity of labor is not productive enough, irregular supply of energy, erratic supply of energy, that is electricity, not available all the time, and poor infrastructure. Along with the infrastructure that we have is quite poor. So that is why we are not utilizing our potential in a proper manner. Along with, we also import good quality steel from other countries. We have to import good quality steel from other countries because we don't produce good quality steel in India. However, the overall production of steel is sufficient to meet our domestic demand. Though our production is sufficient to meet our demand, but we import steel from other countries. Remaining in next video. Thank you very much.